model kit review is of the Huey Gunship, the UH-1, and this is the one from Vietnam, and it is a 1/32nd scale model by Revell. There are the dimensions and some of the colors needed. There's some pictures of the finished model, and another picture there that looks like a great model. Some of the weapons, and another picture there. Two options: you can do the Vietnam version or the Canadian Rescue. Let's have a look inside. So first of all, we'll have a look at these screws. It looks like a fairly large model, and this looks like a very old mold, just because of the way that the sprues are put together. And yes, it is. It's a very old mold. You can see here a lot of flashing and mold lines on most of these parts. Some more flashing. These are our gun belts. These are the guns. We have our rocket pods. Some rockets here. More of the gun belts. This is the floor, including the cockpit, with some detail here, as you can see. And then this is probably the other part, the roof of the inside. Here we have, it looks like part of our engine, and you can see there we have some flashing. There's the other side of the engine. We have our two doors. These are all raised rivet and panel lines. Here are the other doors. Parts of the engine here. Here's our instrument panel there with some detail. Molding quality is not great. You can see mold lines, flashing and mold lines throughout. So here we have our two pilots, on their backs at least. Their chairs. You can see flashing really everywhere. And our control sticks there. Here's our main rotor shaft going up to there. And then our skid. Again, really molding quality is not good. Here we have two of our main rotor blades. These are really large and got some details on them. And parts of the collectic. Not sure if that's how you say it. Two pilots and some more weapons. Here are the glass panels and windshield. Those are reasonably well molded. And then here's the fuselage and tail boom. Again, all raised rivet and panel lines. Here's our tail rotor. And here's the other side. So let's have a look over here. Here are our decals, and these are nicely printed. Obviously these are new. Even though this is a new model kit, it's using an old mold, but a lot of details here. This is for the Vietnam version, and then this is for the Canadian version. Over here we have our instructions and some details about the helicopter there. Those are the colors needed. This paper is interesting. It's not the usual Revell paper. We start off with looks like the cockpit. The seats going on there. Seats are then mounted, pilots are then put together, and the rest of the cockpit is then assembled. Here we have our engine parts going together with the engine mount building up to the rotor blades. So we then have the rotor being mounted onto the main body. We have our glass going in the fuselage, same with that side, and doors going on. Put our fuselage together around the chassis. Our skids are put on. Some additional body parts there, open or closed. Looks like a little searchlight maybe. And then the main door. And I put the tail pieces together. And then the main rotors are being put on. And different options for weapons. And there's all the, looks like rockets, rocket pods, and machine guns. The belt-fed machine guns look quite nice. There's another option there. And then another option there with a, looks like a minigun. Here are the decal and paint guides. That's for the Vietnam version. And then this is for the Canadian Rescue version. So, all in all, a fairly large model. It's an older mold, so the parts aren't very well molded. Some great decals, and it should be a good build.